coronavirus cases across Australia are soaring by the day. And with every new diagnosis comes the need for more people to be tested.
It's caused a huge backlog, with many not knowing their results for days. But a Queensland company is about to change that. And for more, we are joined by the advisor at healthcare equipment company Pro Medical, Dr. Jay Gajera. Very good morning to you, Doctor. This 15-minute test, it's just been approved. Can you explain to us how it works?
Oh yes, absolutely. So it looks a little bit like a pregnancy test, and the way it works is sort of science is called an immunoassay. And basically, when our bodies contract the virus, our immune system recognizes it and develops an immune response by making antibodies such as IgM and IgG within sort of weeks, days to weeks. And so as a result of that, the test has, it looks like a pregnancy test bar, and what it requires is a few small drops of blood, similar to how much you would need after a pinprick for when people with diabetes check their blood sugar. And if you put the drop of blood on the well, on the pregnancy bar-like test, and add a bit of a buffer, then after 15 minutes or so, if our blood has those specific coronavirus antibodies, then it'll bind to the antigen, and a bar will show up showing that we're positive. So it's got a very good accuracy, a very good sensitivity and specificity, and a good turnaround time. So we're hoping that it will really help the Australian public get tested more frequently and without having to worry about putting the stress on our laboratories.
Doctor, thank you so much for putting up with everything this morning, including a garbage truck that's obviously nearby you. People are really interested in all of this information. You mentioned the accuracy of the test. Can you give us more information on how accurate it really is? Because I guess you don't want people getting tested and not thinking it's reliable.
Correct. Oh yes, absolutely. So the current the studies which have been conducted on it show that it's got a sensitivity of about 86% and a specificity about 99%. And I guess to break this down, what it means is that if you're positive on the test, it's likely that you do have the illness. If you're negative on the test, it's likely that you don't have the virus, but there is a small possibility that you could still have it because it's only 86% sensitive. So it's for that reason that we've recommended that this test be administered by medical professionals and health specialists, and patients go to their respective doctor to get this test done, and it can be interpreted accordingly.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? We know there's a real shortage of testing kits worldwide. What you're saying basically is that this is another step in the arsenal of things that doctors may use just to give an early indication of whether or not some people have it.
Correct, that's right.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, the issue right now that we hear about is that, states having to ration the current PCR test, which has a greater turnaround time. And, as a result of that, putting that pressure on the labs. So we really wanted to create a test which was readily accessible by mass in the Australian public.
So we know it's going to be available from next week in hospitals, GP clinics and testing centres, but just very quickly, can you tell us exactly how many can you make and how quickly?
We're hoping to, so we're currently actively working with our suppliers and with our logistics crew with a goal to supply about 5 million units per week on a weekly basis. And the way that we'll do this is we're going to directly deal with the Australian federal government, and the government is to ration and allocate the resources accordingly. So it won't be available directly to the public per se, but it'll be through the federal government.
Okay, Doctor, thank you so much for your time today, and that segment brought to you by sewers.com.au. Really important stuff. Thank you for dealing with all of that, and also we look forward to